Hello Stampers, and welcome to Laura's Stamp Pad. Today I wanted to show you this beautiful card with that fabulous embossed butterfly as well as the fluttering butterfly up front here. And then check out that super fun layered greeting down there. I did that using a couple various punches. So I just wanted to show you the techniques that I used for this card. First things first, I started with the Pacific Point background piece, and I used the new Embossing Mat, which is super fabulous because you can actually emboss with any of your framelits, which makes your framelits even more valuable because now you can emboss and you can die cut with them. So here's our sandwich. I have the regular Big Shot platform, one of the clear plates, and then I have my cardstock and my framelit. My framelit is face up with like the sharp point face up, and I just place my cardstock over the top, add the little blue flimsy impression pad, and then add the white impression pad and run it through the Big Shot. Then we have that fabulous embossed image. So I'm just going to pull my piece back out. I did go ahead and I ran it through again with our Pineapple Punch cardstock and created one of the butterflies. So now we have that embossed butterfly, and then we also have the die cut butterfly. So super, super fabulous. Also, that butterfly is from the Springtime Impressions framelits. So it's got the butterfly, the flower, and then that fabulous floral piece. Now I want to show you how I did that, that center. So let's bring in all of our pieces. And I used a Whisper White piece that I punched out with the Pretty Label punch. Then I have a Pacific Point circle that I punched out with the 1.5 inch Circle Punch. And then I actually stamped the greeting, which is from the Stitched All Around stamp set. So that's this one here, this little greeting. You could also use the thank you greeting, but I used the You Are My Sunshine, My Only Sunshine, because I thought it went fabulous with the bright yellow and blue and also with the butterfly. Now, after I stamped the greeting in the Pineapple Punch, I punched it out with the 1 3/8 inch Circle Scallop Punch. So then, now it's time to assemble. For assembly, I actually added a little of the snail adhesive to the greeting and layered it onto the blue circle. Then, before we layer that onto our white Pretty Label, I'm going to show you how I did those fabulous little ribbon sliders. So that is actually with the Trio Corner Punch. So that is this little image up here. But because you can't actually see where you're going with the punch, then I actually punched out a scrap piece of it, which I probably should have done in a color so that you could see this a little bit better. Let me grab a color of cardstock. Okay, so now I have a little cherry cobbler one. So I punched one of those out and I placed it on my label where I want my ribbon slider to go. So then I just took my scissors and poked in the center of that, pressing through to the cardstock. And I did that on both ends. And that's just going to give my little guide. You could always use a pencil if you wish to. Then I took the punch, flipped it over, and slid it in until I could see where that little indentation was that I made with the scissors. And then I kind of squeezed the punch a little bit, enough to hold the cardstock, place my hands on both ends, and punch. Because this punch is one of those that you kind of need to do with two hands because you actually need to punch all of the edges of it, not just one end. So like a normal punch, you just punch down here on the end. But this punch, you actually need to punch all the way around it. Because if you punch just on this end, it kind of like scratches at your paper and goes sideways. So now I have that fabulous ribbon slider. I'm just going to add the greeting piece to it. And then take my ribbon and slide it through those holes. I'm going to center the ribbon, flip it over, and then take a few Stampin' Dimensionals to secure that ribbon in place and just add some texture to the card. Of course, I'm a Stampin' Dimensional overuser, so I'm going to use 4. You can use as many as you wish. Then I'm just going to peel off the backs of these. And now with my piece of Pacific Point that's embossed, I'm just going to place the greeting centered on the bottom there and press. And then now I'm just going to add adhesive to the back and fold those ribbon ends over. Now I'm going to finish up adding adhesive all the way to the back to add it to my card front. The final step is to add a few of the mini glue dots down the center of our butterfly and adhere that down here. I like to do that last so that I know that I'm not going to hit my greeting and I have plenty of room for that. And then I just kind of overlap it over the embossed one so that it just kind of looks like it's like fluttering by. And then of course I finished it off with some rhinestones going down the center of that butterfly. Isn't that just absolutely stunning with the embossed image, the detail of the butterfly popping up here with a little texture, and then those layered greetings. I hope you enjoyed this fabulous little tutorial and try it out yourself. I just love using punches and I love embossing using that new Impressions mat. So it's super, super fabulous. Of course, check out my blog, laurastamppad.com, for all the details on this card as well and more photos. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new and hit that bell so that you get a notification every time I post. I'll see you guys all next time. Happy stamping. Bye-bye.